done a video in quite a while because there's not really been out to show you. I've had pretty much disappointed probably a month since Winrip told me polytunnel down, and everything's just been getting diseased because it's just been so wet here in UK. So I've had a bit of a quiet month. Anyway, I just decided to do a quick one now just to show you basically what's been happening. Indoor tomatoes have gone now. Cucumbers have gone. Been harvesting a lot of my chilies and stuff like that, but they still seem to be growing well. But something seems to be eating my chilies. If you can take a quick look, see the likes of that. It's not very zoomed. If I can possibly hold it like that. It just does not seem to be. I don't know, a lot of them are like that. But we're not doing bad. I've harvested maybe, these are the jalapenos. See, it's like a little bomb size. Well, I've harvested maybe 20 or 30 of them, but double that size. See if I can find a decent sized one on here for you. There's a fat one at the back there, but they've been about maybe that big, this size-ish. I've harvested maybe 20 off of this plant. This is a KN. I've harvested maybe, bearing the leaves, I've harvested about 6 off of it. In fact, you can see where I've harvested them from. 1, 2, 1 at the back there, 3 there, 4, 5. See, that's about it. I've not really. It don't seem to be putting off any more up here. But like for instance the habanero here, I've harvested about 4 off of this. This seems to all be getting diseased now. Well, if you can just see, look, it's coming over there, perfect. There were flowers all over it, and now it just seems to be everything just falling off it. Look, all the flower heads here and all the peppers that have grown are all just falling off it. So I'm unsure what's happening with there. But basically what I'll do is I'll run you through what I've got left now. That's the tumbler. It's pretty much finished now. It's the only one that didn't get diseased, but I think it's because if you go in, it's left and it's on its own. Whereas the rest of them were all here. If you can quite remember, it was like a big jungle. I've just left them 2 there because they've still got a bit of fruit ready to green. I mean, so far I've got about 2 carrier bags worth of red tomatoes that's been frozen. I'll cut these off. This is just some herbs. I think they're like chives. I can't remember what's in that, and there's another thing in there. This whole thing with this peat plant pot was like 99p. It's quite a good size, so I thought I'll have it for that price. The marigolds have been doing great this year. It's just one, and I haven't even dead-headed them, so if I'd have dead-headed them better. The grapes, since I bought them, it's been about 3 weeks. They're getting a lot of that. I don't know the proper name for it, but I think it's powdered mildew or something like that. So all I've been doing is just cutting the branches off, the leaves off that get it. You see that? I think it's powdered mildew. I mean, I've never grown grapes before. These grapes are a black dessert grape, and it just says sweet tasting, early autumn fruits, ideal for desserts and winemaking. Don't really say anything else on it, to be fair. It just gives planting, water for a stand container, blah blah blah, the usual sketch. But I bought 2 of them, and I was hoping that they're going to set off. They are growing vertical, and they're actually wrapping around the cane. But like I said, they seem to be getting a bit diseased. But then again, a lot of stuff in here, like I've said previously. Anyway, a couple of chilies, we'll go through them. And we've got some big beauties on the peppers, the bell peppers, the sweet peppers, not the chilies. Like I said, it's hard for me to show you a lot because I harvested a lot to go to the in-laws. We've got here some bananas, chilies at back. What have I got going on? I've got a couple down here as well. Oh, see, this one's even diseased as well now. Well, well, they're just some perennials for next year. My strawberries, I'll lift one up for you in a bag. Oh, I'm holding it sideways there. I've been holding the whole thing sideways with the 10 holes. Growing well, he just needs hanging somewhere as soon as I find space. I have 2 of those. Cheeky slug. Sorry for all you vegetarians that are out there who don't like seeing stuff like that. The carrots, I'll pull a tiny carrot up. I could probably eat these now as microgreens. I mean, here's a nice little cute carrot. The things with these, I just basically emptied a packet of seeds in each one of these and I thinned them out, so what I've been getting is probably about this, maybe a little bit fatter, maybe fatness of my finger, and possibly twice as long as that usually, but I get absolutely loads of them in there. So that's okay, I'll have this one when I get in. I haven't been here in a few days, so you've seen basically what I'm seeing for the first few days. The strawberries seem to be surviving, absolutely laden with spiders in here. My rhubarb, I planted from seed not so long ago, just placed it in here, seems to have gone red. Doesn't seem to be any sign of thing, but I noticed these ones have been getting eaten by something, so something really likes rhubarb. In fact, that smells a bit funny as well, that. I'll have to YouTube that when I get in. These ones are Alpine strawberries, but the white variety. That's one that I started on his own before I planted off a few, just to double check. This is a lupin from seed. I had a big lupin in the back garden, I call them traffic lights. But I thought I've got a pack of seeds like I pulled off for it, about a bag's worth, but I just thought I'll plant one, see if I can grow it on for next year. The rest of them I'll be planting next year. Like I said, that's the habaneros. What we've got going in here, some plants that never even went to flower because we never got no sun this year. It's pretty much same on that shelf, plants that never got a chance to go through to flower. That's just a little rose cutting. And here we have mint in the back, lemon mint, trying to see, rosemary and some lavender, but it's become really, I got a little bit fed up with it, so I've neglected it, to be honest, for this last 2 weeks or so. Outside, I've got my sweet corn still up and running. What's left of my polytunnel is white things. Red cabbages seem to be doing well. Beans been doing great. I've got like a carrier bag. When I say a carrier bag, that's probably, for all you guys who don't use carrier bags, it's going to be along the size of a 25 kilo bag of sand. One of them emptied out and filled up with veg. That's like a carrier bag worth in my opinion. So I've got about 2 carrier bags worth of them, and if you can see them quite well, they're still flowering. They just grow great, them. Strawberries out here, I'm just leaving them now to go to runners. Tomatoes, I mean, look at the size of the tomatoes I've got, but they're just diseased, blight, and it's been so wet I can't be bothered to get out here and sort them out. So, courgette over there died. Brussels sprouts, I don't know where the top of that one's gone, so if you can see inside, it's actually got Brussels sprout. I'll show you a better one. This one seems to be a bit more open. I mean, they're about the size of my thumb. So, fingers crossed, my wife gets sweet Brussels sprouts for Christmas. But oh well. Lettuce, carrots, and here there's garlics. I'll try and put the camera down so you can see them. I mean, these were planted about a week ago. I just buy a store-bought garlic for like 20p. Bear with me. Come back in here, it's spitting the rain a little bit. What for a cobweb? I buy the store-bought garlic about 20p. You know the bulb, yeah, the bulb. And then what I do is I bring it home, break it down into the cloves. You get maybe between 10 and 20 depending on the variety, and just plant basically that. So all them garlics planted for like some 20 pence, 20 British pence. I seem to be getting a lot of these daddy long legs, dragonflies, whatever they're called, daddy long legs. Seem to be living in here a lot. It's living to it. I can't presume that they'll eat anything. Also, look at, see, there's just tomatoes all over the floor. There's tomatoes everywhere. So I'm getting a bit worried that I'm going to get mice and something here. It's going to send my dog berserk. No doubt smash through windows and stuff. She's crazy. So what we're planning on doing is we're looking at moving properties again to live closer to the in-laws. So that being said, it's pretty bad for me because I have to start everything again, like, but it's alright for you guys watching. You get to see me transform another lawn into this, because obviously bear in mind all this, when I moved to this property around March, was a lawn. It was just a lawn, nothing else here. Oh, just a lawn. and I've turned it into this little pot. So it's got me a year, year's worth of food out in it. Well, not a year's worth of food, but a year, like half a hobby, 6 months worth of a hobby, and enough food to last us so far. I mean, we haven't bought any onions, cucumbers, strawberries, potatoes, peppers, chilies, herbs, or anything this year from the store, lettuce that we usually would be spending money on. So we're saving money there. Oh, I've also used one of these as a rhubarb planter. I'm not really sure if it'll work. I mean, they've been in there quite a while and don't seem to have grown. Seem to have had some sort of, I don't know, it looks a bit like fluff. I don't know if it's a disease or something, but the top one seems to be doing fine. Got the rhubarb in it as well, like, because obviously everybody's interested in saving space and growing in the minimal amount of space that they can and getting the maximum amount of food and profit or what if you sell them. Hence using vertical growing and vertical gardening. Because that's what you do with your beans and your peas. I've had quite a successful year with beans and peas. I don't know if you can remember when I first started, I had the peas in over there where I showed you the lettuces, where the carrots were. I had peas and beetroots in there, and I've still got a freezer full of peas, so they've lasted us. The purple pod peas I planted in the back garden late, didn't really get in. I got about 10 pea pods off of that, so maybe we're a little bit too late. We're only an experiment, so it's fine. I won't rely on them for food. So, like I said, hopefully I'll be moving, which means I'll be going through a full transformation of a lawn to a little growing area next year, and hopefully that should keep you all interested. Until then, I don't know, I'm just going to maybe plod along here and tempted to get some perennial starts off ready for next year and ready for move to my property, take some cuttings of all my flowers I've got here, just so when I move I can fill my garden straight away. So what I'll be doing is shifting all this area, basically the left hand side as I walk in. The grapes will be staying in here obviously. I may even buy a little grow bulb and bring them indoors ready for next year. But I'll probably put some sort of shelving in here for all my seed starts. But that's pretty much all I can go through with you today. So if you've got any questions or anything on how to do anything, please feel free to send me a personal message or leave it below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. These are just some plants I've got here. I mean, a lot of you reckon I'm not really a big plant flower type person. Everybody will know these ones. These are the lavenders, six lavenders, but I've also got some in there as well. But I will be doing more seeds and more things for the winter. I'll probably be growing more lettuces throughout the summer, winter. Okay then, thanks for watching, bye.